recording.
So we just shut off the stream just now?
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
My bad, man.
No. Okay, folks. We're back. We just had a quick question. Washroom breaks had to be had. An hour is quite a bit of time. But before we left with Brandon, we were asking about the kind of Guardians projects, and you mentioned the dragon. Now I have to say, Harv and I got to, like, sponsored, not sponsored, got to volunteer for that event. So believe me when I tell you, thank you, Harvey, that you want to attend these, because it was just fantastic. For the dragon itself, they had a beautiful AR piece that played over top of the work that kind of Brandon had done. There was kind of the introductory, like, music theme, right, to it before it played. There were so many folks there. It was like you had local food vendors. Like, it was a huge community event. So I would say, being that there's only 4 of them, wink, attend each one of them, because they only happen like once a year.
Yeah, once a year.
And they're amazing. And these pieces, like, I know that this piece is quite big in itself. How big was the dress? It's like 30 by, you were telling me, like...
Yeah. The Azure Dragon was 1,900 square foot.
Yeah.
I think it was 75 feet wide with 25 feet high.
Yeah, so obviously we couldn't get you that on camera, but they're standing in various locations throughout Chinatown, and they're beautiful, and you can go walk and visit them, take photos with them, but nothing is like the same as the night of. So that's my little, like, sponsor interjection there. I don't want you to continue.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So what we're trying to do with this project is really take innovation to another level in the city, because in Edmonton they haven't seen anything with projection mapping. So just a slight correction, like it wasn't AR.
All right, sorry.
It's all good. Projection mapping is basically you use a very big, powerful projector, and you can isolate different areas to have the projector to be showing. So for murals, it's perfect. So we had it separated in different layers so that we can animate the background and the dragon itself. And so that was one part of the innovation side of things. Definitely we wanted to leverage the 4 landmarks, the 4 different locations. So the whole mural series, that idea, it's stuff that normally people don't come across. Like murals normally, and I think this is great as it is. They use the reasoning of beautifying an area, which yes, it's I think it's already enough as it is to do that. But for me, I wanted to take it another step further and really create something that was intimate to a single community. And that's the thing with, like, mural festivals or even just singular murals. They only spend the time that they take with that mural painting process, which can be, like, for mural festivals, let's say it's give or take like 1 to 2 weeks, 14 days at most. And within 14 days, yes, you can connect with the community to a certain extent, but I wanted to show the
Capabilities?
The capability of a mural. How much community impact that you can really make is what I wanted to set apart from other mural projects. Really, it's like having an equal balance of mural projects that invites foreign and other overseas artists, and you get inspired by that. So that has its own time and place. But I think equally balanced mural curation where community engagement is at the center. I think we can definitely have more of that happening. and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing with the Four Guardians, is because I wanted to really spend an entire year with the specific community and really embed a message that is intimately resonating, and using the multimedia aspect to use that as a vehicle to talk about some of the heavier topics. Like Chinatown, like you're gonna have to talk about heavy topics. People say, I don't want to talk about politics. I'm gonna be real with you, like if you want to talk about Chinatown, politics is gonna get in the way, because there's a lot of issues that deal with that. And for me, I'm unapologetic about talking about those things, and that's why I'm using art as a vehicle to talk about those things, because it makes it digestible to talk about that. So that was the idea behind why I did things the way that the project was designed that way, was because of those things. We wanted to make it as real as possible. Not real as opposed to fake, saying that other mural projects are fake, but I'm saying we're really getting into humanizing some of the narratives that are in the community. Really taking community engagement, not just using that as a buzzword, but actually doing the things that organically build connections between the different walks of life that exist in that community. But that takes time. That's the thing. Like, and logistically, mural festivals, that's how it's designed. Like you can't spend too much time. You can't have an artist from Europe that stays over for more than
sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. More than 14 days, and like logistically that's so difficult. So, and that's why mural festival is a thing of its own. We still need that, and that inspires people in different ways. But I'm saying that murals have a capability of like doing so much power in speaking to a community. So that's how the design came to be. And yeah, even the unveiling, the reason why I specifically just connected with everybody that's involved in Chinatown or connected in Chinatown in some form of way or another, so that it's a very for Chinatown by Chinatown event. And yeah, and that's why as much as it was so overwhelming, like realistically speaking, that I didn't have room to do an unveiling project. Yeah. That only was possible because I worked with Revita, and they were a huge part of making that unveiling a possibility.
Shout out to Revita.
Yeah, Revita Chinatown. They're doing cleanups every second week, I believe. But they do these things called Clean Up Chinatown. So they pick up garbages in Chinatown, and that's been picking up a lot of traction.
They're actually next on our list to
Yeah.
I know they'd be totally open to it, but like I am slowly trying to get, because I feel like with everything you're doing, they're doing, many folks even involved, even like the Moss Society, like everyone in there, it's just a beautiful thing. Cause I have to say, it wasn't just so much like you showed up, saw a mural, called it a day. It was like you tried to bring in an event. You had, of course, like Jimu perform. You had, forgive me here, like there was like the Indigenous Circle. Also like prayers. Like there was many facets that you tried to bring in order to ensure that like the community was involved. People turned out. You had like MCs, DJs. Like there was like multitudes of things that you did where, like I said, it was an event, and then of course you revealed the projection happening that AR of the dragon, and I was just like, darn. And like part of me had this huge FOMO that like I missed out on the white tiger, and I remember talking to Harvey, and I was like, I'm glad I came in when I came in, because boy, it would suck to miss too. But you know, so can't shill this enough, I guess. Definitely show for the tortoise, but like it was beautiful to see that at its heart you wanted to engage the community, and it's hard. You wanted to talk, you wanted to share, and you wanted to highlight why these murals are happening. And I appreciate you sharing why, because like I always wondered, and I was like, there has to be more to it than this. I know that like our time is very close to coming to a close. I know it's already been an hour. Believe it or not.
I
know.
like, yeah.
I know. We just started talking. Yeah. Like I tell folks all the time, if you want to come on, and like an hour feels like a long time, but like once you have a little conversation, you'll be surprised how quickly it goes. One final thing I wanted to ask definitely before we close up for the show is where can folks connect with you? Where can folks find you? And besides the Black Tortoise, what else are you currently kind of working on or have like ready to reveal? I know. Yes.
Yeah, that's a big question. Wait, what was the first question again?
First question is where can folks find you?
Okay.
Follow you.
Yeah. So I usually use Instagram as my main point of contact. My handle is BUSYRAWK. Busyrawk. That's busy BUSYRAWK. And you can also find me at my website, which is www.busyrawk.com. And that's actually a really good space to find out more about my Four Guardians project. I have a whole another webpage for that that's tied to my artist webpage. My CV is there, my past murals, past work, all up to date. A lot of the news about the Four Guardians will be updated there too. So that's the best place to find me, so the website and my Instagram. And as far as the next few things that are coming up, right now, the Black Tortoise of the North, the third Guardian, is actually taking a lot of my time right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so one of the challenges that came up is that I was supposed to be studying at the same time preparing for the Black Tortoise. But I'm finding it very hard to squeeze in enough energy, first of all, because it's been trying to plan for a large-scale project that's a year-long process that involves short film unveiling, marketing, community engagement, to the music, to all these things. Planning that in a time frame that's also working with grants where their processes have their own timings. It's been a huge challenge trying to juggle that. But one of the things that I do want to work on is leveling up some of my painting some things. So I want to be able to apply, because I get really inspired by concept art. Concept art, character design, visual development is just something that I watch an incredible piece of production. Say for example, like Arcane. Huge, insane. Just like so inspired. I'm like, how do I create that kind of like? What does it take to learn how to paint like that? And that's where I'm taking step by step. Obviously, it's not an overnight process, but it definitely requires consistency. And that's one of the things I'm struggling to, like sometimes having to let go of that. Like this Black Tortoise is just demanding so much from me, that I'm like teetering between burnout and being able to continue working. So when I'm in that kind of state, it's hard to really focus and do studies that often, fundamental studies, sometimes can get a little dry. Because you're doing repetitive thing again and again. And like for me, intentional learning is really important, where you don't just repeat for the sake of repeating, but you repeat by actually, if you can get feedback, great. But if you can't, at least trying to figure out what went wrong, addressing what you did wrong, and then working on that, like repeating the process again to focus on where you fell short on. That's intentional learning, and that's like actually that's another thing that I applied to kung fu, and that's been helping me a lot.
Awesome.
But yeah, just working on those things. I would say right now are the two most immediate goals. I do have a YouTube channel in mind where I do want to talk about how I chose to do what I want to do, how to get started, what are some things that helps prepare for pursuing something, a creative path like this, sharing the things that normally it's insider info, but I don't like, for me I really don't like the fact that art is oftentimes exclusive to those that can afford it. So,
or gate kept.
yeah. So I want to make that very porous and accessible to especially those that don't have access to these kinds of things. So the YouTube channel is where I want to try and promote that, help people, and it doesn't have to be in the arts, but sharing what I learned from what I experienced from my journey, how that might help when people try to figure out what they want to do in their life. So just kind of meeting that need for my audience, by sharing what I do in my life, is another plan that I have in mind. Yeah, which is why I got the softbox. Yeah, the light, the key light. There, it's just all preparing for that. So maybe that's a long-term goal. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
That's
Sounds like it's gonna be like a ultra busy year. Again, I've stated it twice already. At this point, it might border on sponsorship, and Tellus might send people after me. But please check out the Black Tortoise to the North. You are absolutely missing out, and if you do have FOMO, you will definitely have FOMO if you do miss out. Brandon, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for sharing and taking us through your journey, and just understanding how the artistic mind works, and for multidisciplinary artists, what it entails and what it involves, and for taking the time to hang out with us.
Yeah, no, I had a good time. You had great questions.
Perfect. Thank you. My praises are not sung enough here. But as always, folks, this has been On Location. As always, I'm Gabby, and behind the camera is Harvey, and we will catch you in the next one. Bye.